my name's Ilana, and today we're going to be talking about why people are just not authentic and real online anymore. I talked a little bit about this in one of my videos about how I'm an influencer who's fed up with influencers, and I want to dive a little bit deeper into this topic and talk about the problems of how just nobody is just authentically themselves anymore, and we're going to dive into that right now. So in my last video with me being fed up with influencers, I talked about how influencers used to be a new thing in like 2016, 2017, and we used to really look up to them. We used to see influencers as a positive until it didn't really become a positive anymore. I mean, influencers were the people that we were going to for product reviews and first impressions. And when I think of influencers, I think of like beauty and fashion creators where they were trying on products and showing us what it was like and them giving their raw, honest opinions. But over time, as more opportunities presented themselves, such as like sponsorships, ads, brand deals, I mean, those are all the same thing. Oh, and PR packages, things started to kind of get a little gray, and now we were starting to wonder, well, now are they just saying positive things because they're getting all this free product? Then people started questioning the credibility of these creators and wondering, should we even trust them anymore because they're getting free stuff? But before this took off, we truly, once upon a time, did value unapologetic opinions. And a lot of OG YouTubers and content creators, I felt like, were just that. And then over time, things became more inauthentic and fake and forced and staged. And before these people had also became famous and they were just starting to grow their following, we really admired having people who didn't have such big followings or they weren't celebrities because they were easier to trust. And also at the time, I felt like when people did have brand deals and they were going to make ads for certain brands, at least they were disclosing things properly. I just felt like 2016, 2017 was a good sweet spot of the influencer era where I felt like things were being done right and it wasn't such this facade where people were getting so greedy and inauthentic with their sponsorships and what they were putting out on the internet. But it goes far beyond with just product marketing and influencing people to buy products. Now, this is just my own personal opinion, but I believe ever since TikTok gained its popularity, I believe, and again, this is just my opinion, this is where influencers started to become more insufferable, or where people online who were just putting out content became more insufferable and really inauthentic with themselves online. I don't know what it is about TikTok, but it surely is fake as hell everywhere. I just feel like I have to take things with a grain of salt on TikTok because just nothing ever seems real or people are telling the truth, or some people have satire accounts and I don't even always realize that it is satire because people want to continue this act. And it's honestly really tiring. Everything on TikTok nowadays just feels staged and rehearsed. Like, don't get me started with couple videos. Like, one of my biggest annoyances when it comes to like couples videos and like couples pranks is that they'll be like, I'm gonna prank my husband or I'm gonna prank my wife. And I just feel like they just talked to their partner beforehand that they were gonna film this and they created the thing and they weren't actually being pranked. Like, I don't even know what's considered a real prank video at this point because TikTok has just completely oversaturated all of this stuff with staged things, so nobody even knows what's real anymore. Also, I'll see like couples videos be like, I'm gonna kiss my best friend for the first time, or I'm gonna tell my best friend that I love him and he doesn't know it, and then they'll like kiss and then affection has been returned, and it's like, bullshit. That was your boyfriend. You're just reenacting the moment. Like, if you're gonna reenact it, just say reenact the moment, but don't be like, oh, I'm gonna kiss my best friend and see what happens. No, that is literally your partner. What are you doing? Shit like that drives me bananas. Why can't we just say we are reenacting this? Like, if you were saying like recreating the moment that I planted one on my partner, do it. Because at least that's genuine. You're at least being honest. But no. Another thing that I really hate about TikTok is the TikTok accent that's developed. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where people are like, oh my god, guys, I just got the new viral product and let me tell you, I am obsessed. Like, I am literally obsessed. They always use the same language, the same wording when they're promoting a product, and they're using just like the same kinds of emotions, or you have like the influencer gasp where they act so stunned when they see like some sort of product, like let's say lipstick, where they're applying it on their lips and they're like,
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my god! Like, do you see this, guys? Like, are you joking? Like, are you kidding? Do you see the pigment? They like overreact and I'm like, it's just lipstick. Calm down. Like, don't act like you haven't seen a pigmented lipstick before. They are so over dramatic. And I feel like the beauty creators on TikTok these days are terrible. So bad because they are just so dramatic with everything and they act like they've never seen makeup products perform really well before. It is pathetic. And then let's talk about overconsumption. I'm not gonna make a whole rant about this, but overconsumption has ruined TikTok and it has ruined the opportunity for people to be more authentic online. All people wanna do is go on TikTok shop, make videos about some basic ass product that went viral apparently, and sell it for commission. And again, I am not opposed to people wanting to get commission from affiliate links. That's not the issue. The problem is that they're promoting terrible products to begin with that are of terrible quality. And again, that's a whole nother thing to talk about. But you're promoting products that are just awful. Overconsumption is ruining us. So many like newer creators are just coming on here to take advantage of the TikTok shop program and telling us that we need some basic, boring, bland product of terrible quality, saying that we must have, and then we end up later hating it. And then we also never see these creators use that product later on. Like, they're not consistent with what they're talking about. And that is going to lead me kind of into the next thing that I want to discuss. So let's talk about creators being inconsistent with the products that they promote. Michaela Nogueira is one that I feel like the whole internet has talked about. We all know about Lashgate, how she doesn't disclose ads properly. I mean, there are so many things that she never discloses properly. But one thing that's also problematic about Michaela is that she's never consistent about products that she promotes. So for an example, she always talks about products that are important to her in her skincare line, but what you don't know is that she's actually being sponsored by the brand, undisclosed mind you, like she'll say like hashtag partner, but it's still not disclosed properly. And she has made so many videos, which I will share for you right here so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Shout out to this creator who was able to compare and contrast things. If you do not make my hair F4 brush, you need to every step. You need to and you don't have to do like off anyone. This is my shade. Look how smooth that is my eye. Like wow. As with blushes, and love how beautiful skin finish and very beautiful. This shade Ilana is so beautiful. Yeah, this is my skin. Gorgeous. For the smooth my face, coast is classic. I use shade airy, nice and on brush, and this blurs so well. Yeah. And another thing that she has done is she has gone in the past to shit on a product, and then later on she's made videos like, oh my god guys, you need to try this product. I love this product. Here's an example.
And I want to like this. I do. I want to like it. But the wand is too big and it works almost too well. Like once you get those brow hairs in place, they are stuck. And it's actually a little bit difficult to get off. Makes my brows look pretty good, but I just really prefer my NYX Brow Glue. I also find that the pencil I use like every day does not go on as smoothly when I use this brow.
That's gel. They came out with a brow gel called Glued.
Wow. All right, let's see. I'm going to do a soap fluffy brow. My brows, it feels really nice and cold. Okay, easily combed through. I know something though, my brows look so good. Holy shit. They look so fluffy. Ugh.
Where is your consistency, babe? I get changing your mind for one thing, but I don't believe this was the case here. Michaela has done this time and time again, where she has shown herself to be completely inauthentic, and it's clear that she just wants the money. Like, she's constantly switching her reviews up, and many creators do that, and that's really frustrating. It shows that you're being a fraud. I just don't understand why is it so hard for you to stay consistent with how you feel about things. If you have changed your mind about something, you should say that. You should say, hey guys, remember when I made this video and I said I hated it? Well, I wanted to give it another chance, and now I really like it, and here's why. I don't understand why that is so hard for you to do. And it's not just Michaela. There are so many other creators on this app who truly do just fake their lives just so they can get the views, the engagements, and the likes. And I get, we need to put out interesting content in order for things to do well. But I truly do believe that you can make engaging, authentic content that can go viral, that can give you success on the internet. But people choose to not see it that way. And if that's what the algorithm wants to favor is fake stuff, then maybe just don't post content at all, or be okay with not getting the engagement you want, because at the end of the day, I will tell you this right now, I suck at TikTok. I very rarely get videos to do well, but you know what? I would rather have a small, tight-knit community of people coming up to my page because I'm being authentic. Even though my following may be small, at least I'm attracting people who want authentic content, and I will never change myself just to build a fake following, and I'm just not about that life. So that's my perspective on it, and I'm sticking with it because at the end of the day, I still believe that you can be engaging and still get a large following. So now this comes down to, well, why is it so hard for creators and influencers to be authentic and honest on social media? The first thing comes down to income. Social media is one of the main sources for most creators. However, I do believe that you can still promote products and disclose sponsorships properly as long as you're doing it ethically and responsibly, of course. There is nothing wrong with wanting to take brand deals and sponsorships. I do think you need to space them out accordingly so it doesn't overwhelm and annoy your following. But at the end of the day, as long as you're explicitly stating and disclosing that something is sponsored by a brand, I promise that your followers are going to at least appreciate that. And the other thing that you need to know, or that creators should know about being sponsored by brands, is that they need to be consistent with promoting those products in their own daily lives, because I promise you, their followers do catch on, like they've caught on with Michaela. If you're going to promote something, be consistent about it and still show that you're using that in your daily life when you don't have a brand deal. And I promise that looks so much better and much more authentic when it comes to sponsored content. The second thing is, people just want to share interesting things online, and sometimes they do that because they want to fulfill some sort of void that they have in their life. And I believe that you can still be interesting on the internet by still being yourself. You don't need to put on some sort of facade like faking cancer or pretending that you are a part of the Amish community. I mean, there are so many people that do and say wild things out on TikTok and the internet in general, but I promise you, you can still promote yourself and not feel some void in your life. And then, as I mentioned before, I feel like the algorithm rewards bad behavior. I just feel like a lot of social media algorithms do reward bad behavior, or just things that are just very embellished or over exaggerated because there's a lot of shock value, which drives a lot of clickbait. And that's what all these social media algorithms want. And some of these creators just simply, they don't see the value in being authentically themselves because they believe that it's just simply not going to give them the views. And I don't agree with them. I think, again, it's their attitudes and their mindsets that they have when it comes to this stuff. If you're watching this and you want to be a content creator one day, I really want to just let you know, and hopefully that what you take away from this video is that it is so important to stay true to yourself. If people unfollow you because of what you're saying or what you're doing and they don't like that you're being you for you, then that's okay because those are the people that you don't want following you to begin with. I don't want you to be like how all of the influencers are being like this today because it's really insufferable, and the last thing you want to be is an insufferable influencer. You do not want to go into content creation thinking that this is going to be the way that you're going to be making money, because then you're going to be really disappointed and people will also see that you're doing it for the money, and again, that goes back to being inauthentic. When you do something without a purpose or a why, or you're doing something with like bad intentions, I promise you people are going to catch on to that. Share what you actually want to share and speak your mind however you damn well please, while doing it by being real and not by being fake. You can still do that by still being yourself. Okay, rant over, but I'm curious to know what your thoughts are in the comments. What are some reasons that you think people are starting to become more inauthentic online? What are some things that you have been noticing that you feel like influencers could be better in terms of being more real and honest with people? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, and if you liked this video and you agreed with everything that I said, do make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!